All right, so this is where we last left off, right? We just purchased the medium and large coffee cups from Restaurant Supplies. Okay, so there you go. Now let's see what's next. Last thing that we have here is the owner decided to withdraw $1,500, okay, from the bank. Okay, so in this case, right? What kind of effect would an owner's withdrawal have on a business?
It would it would decrease his equity
It
in the
would
business.
correct. So in this case, right? How do we decrease equity?
You would debit it.
You would debit it, right? Now in this case, let's take a look. We have an owner's equity, capital contributions, and owner's draw. So in this case, we're gonna debit our owner's withdrawal for the 32,000. Now, what should be the most proper way to go ahead and have the owner take money away from the company? What would be the best way to do that?
Hmm. He would have to.
Where does the money come out from?
It's gonna come out. It's gonna come out of his equity.
Well, technically, no. Think of it in real life. How is the owner going to take the money away from the company? How is he going to pay himself $1,500?
He's gonna cut himself a check.
He should cut himself a check. So the money's going to come out from the checking account. Okay? Now we won't update our equity until the very end of the accounting period, which is going to be June 30th, right? That's
Right.
where we update and say, okay, since he took money from the company, then we'll adjust the equity. But right now, we're currently saying, what's the situation at hand? Well, he took money from away from the company, so he took a owner's draw. And how he's going to pay himself? He's going to cut himself a check from the checking account. So that's what you have to identify now. Okay. So in this case, we got an owner's withdrawal. Okay. And we have to write himself a check, right? Because the most proper way to do this is to write a business check out to the owner's name and have the owner take that to his personal checking account and cash it out there. That is the most proper way. So that reduces the possibility of him frauding his own company, right? Or in this case, he's taking the funds and paying for things for himself through his personal transactions, right? Embezzling. He's claiming that he worked so hard setting up everything, doing all this that he deserves $1,500. Okay. So, like we mentioned, the most proper way to do this to make it so that there's no possibility of fraud, you're gonna cut himself a check from the business checking account. So, check register. He's going to cut himself check number 1514, right? For $1,500. To whom? Who is the owner? The owner is Bob Mason. Okay, remember him?
Mm-hmm.
Bob Mason. What for? Owner. owner withdraw. Okay. So check number 1514. So you have everything that you need to know here, right? You got an owner's draw, right? And then you're going to just say check number 1514. Straightforward. Nothing else you need to justify. Right? Okay. So now that is there complete right there. We need to go ahead and update my journal or update my ledger because I just cut another check. Okay. So in this case, we're going to go dive into my equity account because this does affect his equity, right? Because he's taking away money that is part of what he invested originally. Okay. Check number 1514. Right? You don't need to say it's an owner's draw because it already says at the top right there, owner withdraw. You don't need a justification there. We are on General Journal page 5 for $1,500 debit. Okay? And, of course, we need to update our checking account because we wrote another check. So if he cut himself a check for $1,500, how much money should we have left in our bank account?
$3,989.92.
Okay, yep, that's exactly correct, Wyatt. We only have $3,989.92 left in our checking account. Okay? And question to you. Is this an internal transaction or an external transaction?
Internal.
Internal, correct, because in this case, did we hire somebody to take money from the bank? No, exactly, right? We didn't pay anybody to do it, so no vendor was involved, no employee. We have our employees, but again, no one's gonna run to the bank to get the money for the boss, right?
Right.
So in this case, no, this is an internal transaction, so we do not need to go to the subsidiary ledger. Okay. And now it says to complete the trial balance. Okay, so like I normally do is I like to block off my transactions so then I know from here on out that if I have a mistake or if my balances are incorrect, I have to fix it between the 8th and to the 14th, right? Because I already know the first trial balance that I completed here for the week 1, I panned out evenly, right? So in this case, that means if I made a mistake and I have an imbalance in my books, it must have been a transaction I recorded between the 8th through the 14th that I made a mistake on. Whether I made a typo or whether I didn't properly, or if I skipped an account, if I forgotten an account, etc., right? So that's what we're testing for here. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put a note here that this is going to be the trial balance for week 2. Okay, and we're going to find out what my total debits and credits are. So save your journal. This is only to be used in case we find a mistake in my ledger. Okay, and all you need for this is just your ledger, right? And your financial forms or your trial balance. Okay, so I'm gonna save my ledger real quick. Okay, so then that is exactly where I'm gonna start from. Okay, so here is my financial form. So I'm gonna go ahead and select my trial balance number 2 for week 2. Okay, so there you go. That's what it looks like. So remember, how do I fill out my trial balance? We need to list out every single account that has an account balance. Okay? So therefore, we're going to start one at a time with my assets, starting from the top and slowly making our way down to the bottom. So the first account that I have, right, my bank account, there's no account balance in there. So I'm not going to record anything there because a zero balance is not going to affect anything. And plus it's a main account, okay? So here, my first one I have here is my checking account, okay? I'm going to pop it in there exactly how I see it. So in this case, my checking account is lowercase. So therefore, I'm going to also put as lowercase. Okay? So we know because the last transaction we did was taking the money out for the boss. So how much money do I have in my checking account?
$3,989.92.
So $3,989.92 on the debit side, right? So that's also something that you have to keep in mind. We're dealing with debits and credits this time, right? We're testing to see if we transferred all of our debits and our credits to the correct accounts. So in this case, $3,989.92 on my checking. Okay. All right, let's see what account is next. Petty cash. I have not yet started a petty cash fund, so nothing there. Cash in the register. Well, we're not open for business yet, so I don't want to put money in the cash register just yet. Okay. Accounts receivable. We haven't opened our store yet, so no accounts receivable or allowance or doubtful accounts. Business supplies. Yes, I did buy some business supplies, right? I bought medium coffee cups and large coffee cups. So in this case, I'm just going to do medium cups and large cups. Okay. All right. How much was my medium cups? What's my current account balance?
Medium cups is $54.12.
$54.12. Okay. What about my large cups?
$81.19.
Good. Okay, let's see what's next. Have I bought sugar yet? No.
No.
What about creamer? No.
No.
Okay. Any office supplies?
No.
Not yet. Let's see. Inventory. Did I buy coffee? Yes, I have. I bought regular coffee and I bought supreme coffee. Okay. How much regular coffee have I purchased so far?
$168.75.
What about the shipping? The shipping is part of the cost of the coffee, right?
Oh, okay. It'll be 200.
You bought $200 worth of coffee. Okay. What about my Supreme coffee? How much is my Supreme coffee?
Okay. That'll be $225.
$225. Okay. Let's see what else I bought. Okay. Ceramic coffee mugs.
Yes.
Yes, but when do we actually account for them?
At the end.
At the end of the accounting period, correct. So in this case, right now, I don't have it under my inventory, but I do have it under my purchase expense. Okay. Let's see what's next. Furniture. Anything there?
The bistro tables.
Well, yes, we got the bistro table. So not in the furniture account itself. It's 0 right now, but we do have bistro tables and chairs.
And that was $6,605.08.
$6,605.08. Okay. 660508. Okay. Okay. What else?
Counter.
Mm-hmm. For a total of
$1,193.22.
mm-hmm. Okay. What else did I buy?
Shelves.
You skipped one.
Oh, that's it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, for a total of
$658.37.
yes. Okay. And then we bought some shelves. For a total of
$577.08.
good. Okay. All right. Office equipment. What did I buy?
Would it be the medium cups?
We're under office equipment right now.
Oh, computer.
Yes. For how much?
Uh, 1834.84.
Good. Okay. What else did we buy? which is for a total of
$378.87.
okay. Okay. What else did we buy?
Cash register,
We bought a cash register for
$649.49.
$649.49. Okay. Okay. Equipment. Right. What did I buy?
Coffee brewer,
You got your brewers. And how much is your grand total coffee brewers? Both of them?
$4,527
Yes.
and 95 cents.
Good. Okay, coffee brewer, we have it, but it's not there yet. It's not done. It's not ready for service. Okay. And what else did I buy?
A refrigerator,
Mm-hmm. Okay, we bought a fridge for how much?
$3,495.34.
84 cents. Oh wait, yeah, you're right, 34. 349534. Okay. Okay. Did we buy any vehicles?
Yes,
Yes, we bought a truck for how much?
$32,208.90.
32,208.90. Good. Okay. And then what about my prepaid accounts?
$6,654.17.
665417. Good. Okay. My deposits.
$1,700.
1700. Okay. Goodwill.
$2,100.
Okay. And lastly, for my assets, I have miscellaneous suspense. What's my current balance in my miscellaneous suspense?
$3,088.07.
3,088.07. Okay. So those are my current assets right now. Now I have to go through my liabilities. Okay. Liabilities. Starting from the top, right? We have an accounts payable. What's my current balance in my accounts payable?
$15,676.40.
Right? On the credit side. Make sure you're on the credit. So 15,676.40. Okay? Okay, what about my Visa payable? How much do I currently owe on my credit card?
$320.31.
320.31. Okay. How much money do I owe on a notes payable?
$4,144.83.
Okay, good. Let's see. We haven't done any payroll expenses yet, so we can skip on forward. Okay. We do not have any utilities expense. Skip on forward. And we don't have any unearned revenue. Right? We haven't opened our store yet, so no customers had paid in advance yet. Sales tax payable. Well, we haven't sold anything yet. Interest payable. Well, we haven't collected any interest yet. Loans. We didn't take any business loan now, but we did take a truck loan. Okay, so how much was my truck loan?
$29,221.
$29,221.90. Okay, 29,221.90. Okay, good. So that's all my liabilities. Okay. Next account we're going to be looking at is my equity accounts, right? We got to put in my equity. Okay. How much did I originally start my business with?
30,000.
30,000 credit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then any capital contributions?
No.
But we do have an owner's withdrawal. Okay. So that was the last thing that we entered in here. For how much?
1,500.
On the debit or credit side?
Debit.
Yes, we got $1,500 on the debit side. Okay. And of course, we don't have any income summary because we haven't sold anything yet. Right? So let's see what's next. Right? Revenues. Well, we haven't sold anything yet, so there's definitely no revenues yet. Cost of goods sold, which is directly correlated to your sales, so nothing there yet. So last accounts that we have are just our expenses that we've incurred during this accounting period. So therefore, I got my first one, which is advertising expense. How much is my grand total advertising expense I have spent so far?
$185.
$185. Okay. Any bank fees?
No.
Any business expenses?
$1,000.
Good, right? $1,000. Okay. Next one is freight expense. Yes, I do have freight expense, don't I?
Yes.
For how much?
$1,000. 100.
$100. Okay. What about insurance expense?
Yes.
For how much?
$395.
Okay. And 83 cents. Okay. Next one we have is interest expense. Okay, we haven't collected interest yet. Okay. Next one is labor expense. First one I have here, subcontractor expense. Do I have a subcontractor expense?
Yes.
Yes, you do, right? You had it for the designing for the store. Okay, for how much?
$1,890.
$1,890. Okay. Did I have temporary labor expense?
No.
Not yet, right? It's due on the 21st, so not yet. Okay. What about license and permit expense?
Yes.
For how much?
$375.
$375. Okay. Loss on disposal of assets.
Yes. That'll be 2,000.
Right, we lost $2,000 for selling the furniture. Okay. Any office supplies expense? Well, first, we didn't accumulate any office supplies, or we didn't purchase any office supplies, so no office supplies expense at all. Payroll expenses, well, we have none of my employees started working yet, so I haven't paid any of them yet. Okay. But what about purchase expense? Do I have purchase expense?
Yes.
For how much?
196.
$196. Good. Okay. No purchase returns, no purchase discounts, and how about rent expense?
Yes.
Yes, for $1,500. Okay. Let's see the other ones. Any travel expenses?
No.
Any utilities expenses? Okay. Any bad debt, depreciation, amortization? None. Okay. So therefore, I am done with my trial balance or listing out all of my accounts. So now I need to go ahead and calculate my totals here. Okay. So in this case here, let's take a look, review real quick. So here's all of your assets. Okay. Go ahead and calculate all of your assets. Let me know when to move down the page. Where are you at in your calculations? Yes.
Like somehow, when I put in the addition and stuff, like I'm using the Excel sheets,
Uh-huh.
but somehow, I come up with a different answer. I go back, I double check, triple check my work, make sure I'm not putting any incorrect, symbols or numbers, but I come up with a different answer.
I haven't even produced the answer yet. If you're getting an error code, then that will probably be what you mean. But I haven't done any of the answers yet. But in this case, there's a quicker way to put in the formula to add up your whole entire column. It's your equal sum formula. Okay, you don't need to do each and every single one where you have to go add this, add that, plus this, plus this, plus this, plus this, plus this, right? You could just do equal sum and it will add up everything up in a column. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
Wait, just give okay, so here's the rest of the assets, okay? And a portion of the expenses. Right? Tell me how you're doing.
I'm doing okay.
Okay, so are you in the middle of calculating?
Well, not on the debits. I'm taking care of the credits because that's the shortest.
Got it.
That's the
Okay. All right. So, okay.
shortest.
All right. Here's the credits. If you haven't copied them already or if you haven't calculated them yet. Okay, so what did you get for your total credits?
Can you bring it back up for me? I
Yes.
got I got messed up with a number.
Okay, here you go.
Okay. For the credit side, I got $75,633.44.
Okay. Now let me tell you a rule of thumb here. Unfortunately, yes, you're thinking, okay, I can just calculate all of my credits and my debit should equal out. No, that's why you have to calculate every single one because your debits and that's the purpose of creating a trial balance. What if your debits don't match up your credits? Then you have to find out where you made a mistake on your debit side. But in this case, I'll go ahead and let that go. But you do need to be responsible to be able to calculate all of your debits and then calculate all of your credits because the whole purpose of creating a trial balance is do your debits match your total credits, and if they do not, then you have a mistake somewhere. Now in this case, right, to do the equal sum formula, right? It's equal SUM, and that's going to calculate. It's going to add up the entire column, all right? And in order to activate that, you need to make sure that you have the equal sign. You do SUM and make sure that you have that open parentheses. And then you either do one of the two. Click, hold, and drag. Or I like to use my arrow keys and the shift key to go ahead and copy all of the entire debit column, okay? And I get $79,363.44. And the same on my other side. Let's see. All right. I also like to test the equation by going debits minus credits to see a clear vision. Right now, it says I have a zero discrepancy. All right. So my total credits came out to be $79,363.44. I think you said 75,000.
Mhm.
Okay.
I might have transposed a number.
So that's the thing about why, having Excel and using Excel is much more easy, because instead of having to sit there and calculate one number at a time on a calculator and accidentally typing in the wrong number, you will definitely get much more frustrated with that because again, you're typing in probably like 13, 17, 18, 20 numbers right now, right? And you have to calculate, make sure that every time you press that plus button that you're not accidentally entering a number in twice. So that is why we use technology to make things a lot more easier for us, okay? But in this case, I'll disregard that for now, okay? But yes, you should calculate all of your debits. So that means right now I have all of these assets here. I have to include that one equity account and then include all of my expenses, okay? And I get this grand total here. And guess what? Our numbers match because I tested, right? I did my debits subtract my credits equal to 0, and they do, okay? Right? They're both at $79,363.44, okay? $79,363.44. Therefore, that means I am done and successful with my trial balance here. So I can go ahead and notate that if I really wanted to. I can notate that in my journal that I'm at $363.44 on my debits and my credits, okay? So that means I didn't make any mistakes in my journal or putting it into and plugging it into my ledger, okay? So that is it for week 2. Any questions for week 2?
No.
Okay, so again, I will be posting the answers in the respective folder.